This is the Jack Murphy Podcast. Here's your host, Jack Murphy.
Welcome to the Jack Murphy Podcast. Thank you for being with us today. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel on YouTube or Spotify or Rumble or Apple or iHeart. We're on pretty much every major platform. So if you would like this video and subscribe, we appreciate it. I'm a little disappointed today. I thought I was going to be joined by my cousin, Daniel Wheeler. He's been a guest a few times before. Daniel in Atlanta visiting with his friend Roger Daniel, and a total no-show this morning, not responding to texts, emails, nothing, just radio silence. Now, I did get I got a text from the two boys last night, and they were headed out somewhere, I don't know where, probably going to a concert or something last night. But they were, it's pretty funny, they were in a Waymo, which is the driverless cab that ran over the cat in San Francisco. Apparently, they have some version of it in Atlanta. I don't know if it's Waymo or not. But they were in the cab, and they sent me a video from the Waymo last night.
Where are you from? I said, where are you from?
Hey,
Well,
you going home for Thanksgiving? You going to your mama and them's?
what y'all having to eat? How long you been driving for Uber? You ain't real friendly, are you?
Well, you ought to talk to your customers a little bit. I mean,
By
you
now
know,
you ain't getting a tip from me. You don't even answer
customer
a
service.
question.
Good
You want
God.
to turn left right there.
Hey, you're taking us the wrong way.
I don't care who you are. That's pretty funny. You ought, I love that. You ought to talk to your customers. That's the future right there, boys and girls. Yeah, you're going to be getting in a car with no driver, sitting in the back, and AI will take you to your destination. It's happening all over the place.
One way to do a turkey call is with this gobbler, and it has a little diaphragm in it that allows the air to vibrate. You should try that.
I would love
Go
to.
ahead.
All
I
right.
want to see this. No.
Nobody's sure you.
That just wasn't right.
Yeah, I know.
So this morning on my walk in the woods, I did a little video, and I've gotten progressively more angry about this as the morning went on. 6 Democratic congressmen each made an individual video urging members of the military and the intelligence service to disobey illegal orders. The problem I had with it, they didn't cite any examples. They didn't say, the president has been ordering people to do this. That is illegal. You should not do that. They didn't offer. They just put the responsibility on the young soldiers. And it smells like, looks like, tastes like treason, sedition to me. And I noticed that this morning they're going, they're sticking with it. They're backing it up. And they're getting support from other congresspeople. And I think right now that the Democrats are so desperate that we might see more of them start to do this. And I think it's a really, really slippery slope for Congress and for the country. And I just pray it doesn't work. So I read a story today about these 3 brothers out in San Francisco. Their mother passed away recently, and the mother had told them for years that somewhere she had a comic book that she thought might be worth money. And they said, well, Mom, where is it? And she said, well, I don't know. It's here in the house somewhere. I haven't seen it in years, but I didn't throw it away. I know it's here somewhere. So the mother passed away. She died. And, we had to do this when my mom died. So you go to the house and you go through all the stuff. And it's one of the hardest things that you'll ever do if you haven't been through it, because, it's your mom's personal possessions that she had when she was dead. Now, some people, I don't know, they're just built different than me. It was very difficult for me and my sisters to pick a few things we wanted and then give the rest away or throw it away. Because, it was just your everyday stuff. Anyway, these guys had to do it, and they found the comic book. They found the comic book, and they sold the comic book because it was an original Superman #1 from 1939 in near pristine condition, and they sold it for $9.12 million. Good for them. Yeah, when my mom died, I got her strainer. Yeah, a little. I don't know why I wanted that, but we're looking at stuff, and I like to cook, and it was a little strainer, like this big around. And I said, I want the strainer. That's what I got. I still have it. And it's not even like an old-timey, real solid one. Plastic handle, just a strainer. I still have it, but, every time I use it, I think about my mom. Makes me smile, knowing that she held it, and I use it.
Tomorrow is World Naked Gardening Day. I need to know, is there a naked gardening club in Philly?
Mike would like to join.
I'd like to see the hose and the rakes and trowels and all the equipment they use. No, you know what a trowel is.
My heart stopped for a second.
When O.J. Simpson died, his children decided to auction off everything that he had. I don't know why the Goldbergs didn't get it. I think there's a $58 million settlement that O.J. and his estate owe to the Goldbergs, but they've never collected any money, and they say they don't expect to. But one of the things that was sold at auction was O.J. Simpson's Bible. This Bible was given to him by his good friend, attorney Robert Kardashian, when he first got arrested and got put into jail. He gave him his personal Bible. Well, Kim Kardashian heard about this auction, and she bid for it under a fake name. She figured if she used her name, it would probably drive the price up, and it probably would have. She paid $80,000 for this Bible from OJ's because it was her dad's and she wanted it back. Let's just all pray that she'll open it and read it and do some of the things that it says in there. By the way, speaking of Bibles, this is a really sad story. The Maine Supreme Court heard arguments last week in a case where a lower court barred a mother from taking her daughter to church during her visitation time because the father thought it was detrimental for the daughter. The mother and dad are divorced, and the father took the mother to court because when she had the child, she would take her to church with her on Sundays, and he didn't like that. So he sued, and a lower court sided with him. It went all the way to the Maine Supreme Court. Guess who they decided for? The dad, the husband. That's how upside down and crazy the world that we're living in is. When a court tells you you can't take your own child to church. He claimed that it was causing her psychological harm. God help us all.
The Jack Murphy Podcast is being brought to you by the industrial electronic group known as System 71. I don't care about your truth. System 71. Find System 71's music everywhere music is streamed or sold. System 71, proud sponsor of the Jack Murphy Podcast.
Speaking of God help us all, here in Charlotte, we had another attack on public transportation. It was downplayed by the mayor and everybody. It's just a one-off. Don't worry about it. Well, now in Chicago, they had one that was about as bad as the one we had here in Charlotte, where this poor girl from Ukraine was stabbed, was just sitting there listening to music, and a guy just came up behind her and stabbed her in the neck 3 or 4 times, killed her. In Chicago, I couldn't get this picture to download, but I want to show you this guy. If you take a close look, he just looks crazy and evil, doesn't he? This guy went to a gas station, put some gas in a little container. They have him on video doing it. Then he got on a train in Chicago, sat down, just minding his own business. He waited till the train got going. He picked out a young girl that was sitting there listening to music, wasn't paying attention. Listen, first rule of thumb in this day and age, if you're out in public, ladies and men, you got to keep your head on a swivel because there's evil and lunacy and criminal people all around us. He walks up to her, dumps the gas on her, and sets her on fire. And the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, what does he say? It's not a pattern. It's not a pattern. Don't worry about it. It's a one-off. We got it under control. Don't worry. It's what they always say. Don't worry about it. You know, people are terrified to get on public transportation now because of people like this guy who, by the way, he has a record a mile long. He should have been in jail or a mental hospital or somewhere. He's got tons of pending charges, and the judge let him out. No cash bail. Just get out and go out and do some more damage. They ought to start putting the damn judges in jail is what they should do. I want to give you a quick update on Atlas, A3I Atlas, the comet that we've been talking about now for weeks. Avi Loeb, the Harvard astronomer, of course, he thinks it could be some sort of UFO hurtling our way through space. NASA, we were a little bit worried because during the shutdown, NASA wasn't releasing any of the good photos they had. They have released the best photos yet of the interstellar object zipping through the solar system, and they say it's just a comet. It's not aliens. I got to tell you, I couldn't get them to download. The pictures aren't that good. No, they're not great pictures. I don't know what we're spending our money on, but they're not the greatest pictures of the object I've ever seen. And Avi Loeb, who I think I trust more than NASA, he said he's not sure. He said they're just guessing. They don't know either. And there's not enough data, he says, for him to decide for certain. All right.
Give it to him, baby. Go, girl. Now do it quick. Do it quick. There you go.
Do you guys remember Marielle Hemingway? She was kind of a child star, and real pretty child star. Not a great actress, She was okay, but she kind of just disappeared. I haven't seen her in anything or in any of the tabloids or on any TV shows or reality shows or anything, and suddenly she's popped up on my social media feed, and I kind of enjoy following her because she's one of these people who is from a famous family, obviously, and had some success, but she just seems so down to earth, and she had a post that I really like. She said, I've come to love turning the mundane into ritual, especially when life feels so frustrating. When everyday things like washing dishes feels stripped of meaning, I see it as a chance to slow down and find presence. It's not always easy, but breathing deeply and intentionally helps me make these ordinary moments sacred. Anyway, she goes through all these things that she does that she used to dread doing, and now things like washing dishes. She takes her time and really puts some effort into it to do a good job. I wish more women would get that message. No, I'm just kidding. And I'll tell you, I do something similar now, like when I cook, and I cook a lot. Things like peeling carrots. I used to kind of rush and get it done. Now I just slow down and do it real slow. It's soothing and calming to take your time and do something mundane, but to do it really well. And so I've enjoyed, this may sound stupid, but I've enjoyed it. She talks about how she does it with cleaning, with laundry. And again, more you women should pay attention here. She does it with everything around the house, and it's being intentional, and it's calming. And, you know, we live in a rat race society with social media, and everything is zip, zip, zip happening all at once. Slow down and try to enjoy some of the mundane things that you do every day, and you might notice a big difference, or you might not.
I'm so glad you finally got a day off.
I know, I've been working nonstop.
I was thinking maybe we do a little brunch day, go to Target. Oh, also I need to go to Ulta. Oh, and you could take me to get my nails done. I feel like that would just be the perfect day. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You're not really responding.
Yeah.
The Jack Murphy Podcast.
This is great. I just saw this last night. It's awesome. They have a real problem down in Florida when, there's water everywhere. So they have a lot of people who drowned. They have people that disappear under suspicious circumstances, with criminals involved, murders and things like that. And there's so much water that once a body gets in the water in Florida, they don't have a good chance because law enforcement says many times alligators will get the body. And what alligators do, I didn't know this until I read this story. It's scary. Alligators will grab a body. Like if somebody dumps a body in a body of water, they'll grab the body, take it underwater, if it's not already underwater, and they'll take it down and lodge it in a tree. And they'll eat it over time, not all at once. That is nasty, isn't it? So anyway, they have a real hard time. It's like if they have a suspicion that there's a body in a pond or whatever, the waters are oftentimes so murky and dark that these divers are going in there and they can't see a foot in front of their face. Plus, it's alligators everywhere, water moccasins. Nobody wants to do that. So guess what they've done? The sheriff's department in Martin County, Florida, has added a 2-year-old Asian otter with the ability these things can smell underwater. I guess like a fish can, I don't know. But they've trained them like they do these cadaver dogs to sniff for bodies. And these otters will go down, sniff and find human remains, and come up and signal, then the divers can go get it. Isn't that amazing? It's crazy. The little otter, by the way, he's just cute as he can be. His name is Splash. There's a 27-year-old man that I'm not going to say he's stupid. I wish him well, but he did something really stupid. I don't know why you would try to do this. He's in critical condition after he attempted to swallow an entire burger without chewing. This happened last Thursday. The man, whose name has not been released, is on a ventilator. It caused significant damage to his vital organs. He began to panic and collapsed after swallowing. He was able to swallow it, which I'm kind of shocked by. I couldn't do that. Swallow a whole burger without chewing it up or anything? I couldn't do it. He reportedly stopped breathing for 2 minutes, and his airways were obstructed, leading to severe complications that he's done for. Affected his brain, kidneys, and the police are actually investigating it because they're saying that his friends should have stopped him from doing it. I agree. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you went to the movie theater to see a movie? I haven't been in, I can't even remember the last movie I went and saw. It may have been before COVID. I may have went to a movie I don't think so. I think it was before. So it's been like 5 years since I've been in a movie theater. And I'm apparently not alone because Hollywood box office collapse continues. Summer of 2025 was the worst in decades. And, it all has to do with during COVID, we all stopped going. And they responded by streaming the movies on platforms. Who wants to go to one of those places and pay 10 times what the popcorn and the soda is worth, or what other horrible food they have there, sit in one of those nasty chairs with your feet sticking to the floor to watch a movie, when I can get up on my big, plush, beautiful sofa and watch it on my 80-inch big screen and pause it if I want to get up and get a snack or go to the bathroom? I think the model is broken. Hollywood and the movie AMC, the big movie companies, they don't think so. They're investing $2.3 billion into renovating theaters all across America. Now, there are some really nice theaters now. The ones you go in and they have the leather reclining seats. I've been to some. Well, I mean, it's been 5 years ago now, but there were a couple when I lived in Greensboro where you could go in and they had the real fancy reclining seats. And then they had a little table that would swing over in front of you, and they had a menu. And you could order food, and they delivered it to your seat during the movie. And they had good food, things like chicken wings and burgers that were actually like, it was like you were at a, not a fast food restaurant, but a casual dining experience. It was really good. It was expensive, but it was really good. So I don't know what they're planning to do to remodel these theaters because, like if you were to tell the movie companies what they could do at the movie theater, number one, I mean, I don't think the prices for the tickets are overly expensive, but the actual theater, I think they make a lot of money off the food, but the food is terrible and it's overpriced. And, they were moderately clean recently, so I don't know what they could do. I really don't. I mean, they've got to make it some sort of a destination type thing, but I don't know what they do. I think the model's broken, and I don't think they can fix it. So there was a lady on Fox News yesterday talking about, it's the time of the year when they start having guests on to talk about the holidays and gifts. And they had this woman on that said, don't wait. And I'm against this because I'm a papa. I'm a granddad. Don't buy presents for grandparents, this person said.
Budget. You need a plan. Also, remember, adults don't need gifts, okay? Focus on the people in your life who are age 3 to 18. Grandma doesn't need slippers. If they don't live by you, don't get them a gift. Now's not the time to spend and break the bank sending packages across the country, Dana. Focus on the people in your life, ages 3 to 18. That's my 30 seconds for you.
Jade, you're...
Well, I don't like your message at all. I don't like your tone. I don't like the message. I think you're dead wrong. Nobody needs gifts more than grandparents do. I put out my wish list last week. I asked for more polo T-shirts. That's all I wear. And I asked for hex-clad frying pans. The Gordon Ramsay hex-clad. If you're out there wanting to get a gift for me, I'll accept that. Don't buy your grandma a gift. What kind of advice is that? Scrooge? I can't even go on after that story. Thank you for being part of the Jack Murphy podcast. No thanks to my cousin, Daniel Wheeler. But I want to thank you for being here. Like the video, subscribe on YouTube. Let's watch my cousin Roger in the driverless cab one more time before we go. Have a great weekend.
Where are you from? I said, where are you from?
Hey,
Well,
you going home for Thanksgiving? You going to Mama and them?
what y'all having to eat? How long you been driving for Uber? You ain't real friendly, are you?
Well, you ought to talk to your customers a little bit. I mean,
My
you
God,
know,
you ain't getting a tip from me.
good customer service. Good
You ought
God.
to turn left right there.
Hey, you're taking us the wrong way.
Thanks for watching the Jack Murphy Podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Go ahead, ring it. Get alerts when a new episode drops. And tell your friends about the Jack Murphy Podcast. But only the cool friends, please. Tune in next time for another episode of the Jack Murphy Podcast.